And we're back on Channel 56 News, where we are now talking about the support from the United States for Eric Garner.
Yes, we were. For those tuning in, Eric Garner is the man who was put in a chokehold by the NYPD for selling loose, untaxed cigarettes and died with his last words being the iconic quote, "I can't breathe." People are now very upset with the ruling of the judges who will not indict the cop who put Eric in the chokehold because it is an illegal move.
Now, although people are upset, there have been some violent and non-violent protests going on. According to our sources, there was a protest in California that ended with violence. Here's Blake to tell you about it.
In the state of California, there was a protest march in honor of Garner's name, but things got a little violent when the cops showed up. When they did, the protesters started throwing rocks, bricks, anything they could find to injure the officers. Many cops only sustained minor injuries, but as you can tell, people are not happy with the judge's choice. Now back to you, Taylor.
Although there was a violent protest, there have been other peaceful and non-life-threatening protests as well. Protests have been continuing non-stop in New York, where several dozen people lie down on the floor of Grand Central Terminal and marching into stores in Times Square. And due to these being non-violent, there have been no reports of arrests.
Other peaceful protests have been held in Philadelphia, Chicago, Miami, and Las Vegas, and a number of other cities. There have been die-ins and marches in several states around the country to protest in support of Eric Garner's death. Others, instead of marching and doing die-ins, are wearing shirts that say "I can't breathe" in two important games like Georgetown and Notre Dame College. Here's Riley at the inside.
Both Georgetown and Notre Dame warmed up for their basketball games with this shirt that said "I can't breathe" to show their support peacefully for Garner. Guard for Georgetown, Devontae Smith Rivera said, and I quote, "We wanted to represent those families that have lost, to send our condolences their way," end quote. From Notre Dame forward, Taya Ramirez said, and I quote, "A few of us talked about it, and we thought wearing these shirts for the game would be a cool way to show our support and give our condolences to the family." Now back to you in the studio.
The support for Eric Garner is not only catching attention from your everyday citizen, but is getting celebrities to show their support for the cause as well. A few weeks ago, NBA stars LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and Deron Williams wore the "I Can't Breathe" shirts to support Eric Garner. Blake talked to Kobe before the game about the shirts. Out to you.
On the bench against the Sacramento Kings, the Lakers wore the "I Can't Breathe" shirts to show support. Kobe says it's not a race issue, but a justice issue. He also says, and I quote, "I think it's us supporting the movement and supporting each other," end quote. May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Oh, wearing the "I Can't Breathe" shirts.
I think it's wonderful to see such support for him and his family from everyone around the country.
Well, you heard it here. The support for Garner is strong and will continue to thrive. Now back
That's
to you.
wonderful, don't you, Taylor?
Of course. Now politicians are talking about the need for better police training and body cameras to restore faith in the legal system, which is good in my opinion. Now off to Barry with the weather.